Good Sunday afternoon, Monarchs. This is Dr. C coming to you from my warm and cozy house with our Monarch Messenger for the week of February 13th. As always, our vision is this: Coleridge-Taylor Montessori empowers all students to achieve academic success, socio-emotional growth, and the development of global and cultural competencies that will ensure future success. Our mission at Coleridge-Taylor is to provide a safe, hands-on, rigorous learning experience rooted in the Montessori method. In partnership with students, parents, caregivers, and staff, we will support the growth and potential of each and every child. Our core values are empathy, respect, equity, collaboration, and academic success. And our Monarch promise: we, the Monarchs of Coleridge-Taylor Montessori, value one another. We honor our differences and show empathy towards others. We respect ourselves, others, and our school. We collaborate as a community and work towards equity. We are empowered to reach academic success and become next generation leaders. Our Kde Improvement Priorities. Priority 1 is focused on a vision, mission, values, and shared beliefs that focus on teaching and learning, high expectations, and rigor for all students so that we can continuously improve. Number 2 is focused on behavior management. This is an area that we've grown a lot in the past 3 years, and I'm very proud of that work that we've done. And our focus with that improvement priority is making sure that we have a safe learning environment that provides a positive school culture for all. Our third improvement priority is about purposeful professional development for all staff that supports the faculty, staff, and school's continuous improvement. As a reminder, attendance counts. School begins at 9:05 every day, and students need to be in their classrooms by 9:05 each day. Coming to school on time every day, if you are healthy enough to do so, helps make sure students move on to the next level successfully. All right, so some big reminders. We're still celebrating Black History Month this week and learning about Black excellence all month. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day or Friendship Day. Some classrooms might be celebrating. With Friendship Day, please know that there should be no sugary treats sent to school. All snacks must follow the guidelines of JCPS Smart Snacks, and you can see those at that link that's there embedded in the newsletter. We have some Students of the Month that we're going to celebrate for January. We did this past week, and some that we celebrated for the first full week in February. Chromebooks should not be coming home unless the teacher has asked for them to me in order to support academic needs. To date, only Ms. Kong's class has received permission for the device to come home every day. If you have questions, please reach out to me. We had health screenings with University of Louisville scheduled, but they have been postponed due to some staffing issues. We will let you know when those will be happening, but an opt-out form was sent home in backpacks about a week and a half ago. At this point, COVID numbers are dropping across the district and the county, but we're watching the number of staff absences still. Please watch for texts or emails from JCPS about school closures or remote learning days if they do apply. If your child's been notified of being a close contact of a positive case of COVID-19 and has to be quarantined, there's additional information in the body of the newsletter to explain how the test to stay option works with JCPS. If your child is tested positive, they cannot participate in the test to stay option. And as I mentioned before, at Coleridge-Taylor, we have been doubling down on our COVID mitigation at CTM. Remember that everybody should have a mask on. They should have their mask over their nose and mouth. They will wash their hands multiple times a day and or use hand sanitizer, and we are going to space kids out as far as possible. I strongly encourage getting yourself or your child vaccinated. I think it's important that everybody knows that science says that the vaccination is one of the best ways to keep yourself and your children healthy enough that they don't end up in a hospital bed for a long period of time. It is also the best way to make sure that we keep our vulnerable family members, elderly family members, sick family members safe. If you have a sick student, just don't send them to school. If they're vomiting, if they have a fever, if they have diarrhea, a runny nose, a sore throat, a headache, anything like that, just keep them at home until they are symptom free. If you have questions about this, you can call JCPS's health service at 502-485-3387. They can provide you additional guidance. Every Wednesday is COVID testing. If we're in school, please consider having your child signed up for COVID testing. Additional details are in the body of the newsletter. And as you know, the weather has been pretty weird here lately. We've had some 50-degree days, some 30-degree days, some 10-degree days. Please make sure your children are dressed for the weather. Because Montessori is important to us, we will go outside as long as it is safe and comfortable to do so. And children need to make sure that they are wearing appropriate clothing. If you need help with this, please reach out to the FRC. Mr. Phillip can help you. He's happy to help. And Miss Washington, our homeschool coordinator, would be happy to help if you need assistance with clothing. So what's happening in classrooms this week? This past week was the first week that we have been back to school in 2022. The first full week of in-school instruction for 2022. And as we're getting closer to being back to normal, we're going to continue to tighten up our instructional expectations for students. So with that being said, we're going to be pushing kids with that rigorous instruction that we've talked about. Our teachers have worked very hard to provide lessons, and they're doing some unit planning right now to make sure that we are providing integrated units with science, social studies, writing, reading, and mathematics. We're also going to be gearing back up with win time later this month, and our win time, which win time stands for what I need time, will be based on students' MAP data. So that test that we took in August, and then we took it again in December, the district measures the growth from what your child did in August to December to see if they're on track with their peers across the nation. We use that data from December to realign our instruction or recalibrate our instruction. And what we saw is that we have a lot of kids that, even though the pandemic has hit our community and our nation really, really hard, especially our school children, we have a lot of kids that are on the bubble. They're on the edge of being proficient or the next academic level. And so we're going to be setting the stage for them with our win time to increase their growth in reading, language arts, math, and writing. We're also going to be conducting proficiency meetings with our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders in the coming weeks. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking to students about their strengths academically, some areas for growth academically, and goals for the rest of this school year, and then also for next year and beyond. So as we think about what our kids want to be when they grow up, we want to help by starting to have those conversations with them about how you get to be where you want to be. If you want to be a doctor, what does it take? It doesn't just include doing well in high school and college. It also includes doing well in elementary and middle school as well. So we'll be having those conversations with our students in the weeks to come. As a reminder, behavior reinforcement at home. We've had some students that came back to us from their 2 weeks of NTI, and they have been struggling in some places to make sure that they're using kind words and kind actions. Make sure that they're keeping their hands, feet, and body to themselves, and making sure that they're staying in their area. Please help us by reminding your child daily before and after school of the above 3 school-wide expectations. These 3 school-wide expectations can help them outside of school, inside of school, in middle school, and also in their adult life. These 3 things will keep kids out of trouble and on the right path. Congratulations to our Students of the Week. For January, we kind of just did Students of the Month because, of course, we are an NTI. Here's all the faces of all of our students. We're really proud of them. We have a lot of great kids doing some great things, and they were celebrated for using kind words and kind actions. And then we also had some additional students for this past week that were celebrated for kind words and kind actions, and also keeping their hands, feet, and objects to themselves. We're really proud of them. Thank you so much. If you have a mental health request, please know that the district and really our community is running out of mental health providers, because there are so many students that are needing additional support in our community. If you feel like your child has some major issue or concern, you can still reach out and we'll do our very best to connect you with a mental health provider. Please know that Miss Metcalf or Mr. Randy are the people that you can reach out to. And then we also have this link where you can complete this Google form and it'll go directly to them, and you can share with them quickly and confidentially what you think your child's needs are. As always, test to stay, test to play, and the COVID info, nothing much has changed. Remember, Wednesday is our COVID testing day. If you want your child tested for COVID, you must have your consent submitted online by Tuesday morning for us to have the paperwork prepared for Sphere Diagnostics. If you test to stay, if your child was in contact and you test to stay, you must test every night before school. So we had some students that were quarantined previously, and they would have to be tested on Sunday night in order to come to school on Monday. In order to come to school on Tuesday, they have to be tested on Monday night, and so on and so forth. If you have questions about this, you can call Health Services at 485-8232. As always, please don't double park in front of the school. Just because the orange cones are there doesn't mean that you should park in the thoroughfare. You need to not park there. It is unsafe. We don't want children or families to be hurt. Please don't park in Chestnut Street and let your child out. If you have other questions about previous reminders, you can always go back to the Monarch Messenger, the body of the newsletter, and see those items. As always, have a great, magical Montessori week. We believe in each and every one of our students. If you need our help, please reach out.